Hello there, everyone. It's Nathan here. We're back again today to take another video and take a look at the 2025 Honda Pilot Touring. So this will be the top trim that we get here in Canada, features-wise. There is one above this one, but purely aesthetics only. So features-wise, this is as biggest and baddest as it gets that we get up here. We'll go over everything on the exterior and interior. Now, starting with the key fob itself, we get our nice little egg-shaped key fob. We'll notice we get our Honda badge, and then we do get a little 1 on the bottom there. So this will be key number 1, as we do have the seat memory system that we'll chat about a little bit later. But on the front-facing side, we got our lock, unlock, remote start button, and then our power tailgate button, and then our panic button here as well for us. So to remote start this guy, we'll hit our lock button and watch our signal lights flash, and then we'll press and hold down on that until they flash again, and then we can let go. We'll see it starts up there. It gives us 6 flashes total, lets us know that it is started. In case we're inside the house, probably won't be able to hear the car from inside the house. And then we can press and hold down it to turn it off here, but we'll get our 2 10-minute remote start cycles before we have to physically start the vehicle again to reset those guys. And then, of course, we also get a little button to press here with a little physical key tucked into the fob down below for us. But that's for our fob there. And now, starting on the front end of the Honda Pilot, lots and lots to go through on this guy with all the features that we get. Well, we start up top. Obviously, if I lose my balance, and I'll try and regain it at the end of the day, we'll get our integrated turn signals on the top, as well as those daytime running lights and whatnot down below here for us. So we got the turn signals up top, down below, integrated daytime runnings. We got our LED lights up top here. These will be our high and our low beams. So those LED lights are going to be our lifetime bulb. That'll be the one that shines brighter, shines further, gives us that nice bright light at the end of the road during the nighttime. I know there's lots of dark streets around here in Alberta, so it's nice to have those, and especially from factory. I mean, you don't have to swap the light bulbs over, they just come from factory, so that's even a bonus on that side. We got some chrome here for the chrome Honda brow going all the way across for us there. Nice to see. And then we got a little bit of hint of chrome down below here for a little bit of decor on the bottom, and then tucked in is our actual active arrow down below here to help cool down the tires and the brakes and whatnot. Down below there, we do have our LED fog lights tucked in below here in this little kind of secret compartment. They're very tucked away, which I like. They're not going to get smashed up by rocks and whatnot. It's minimal down there. And then up top, we also got our front parking sensors here. So we got 4 on the front for us. We got 1 tucked in here, another one tucked in the grill and the bottom, and then vice versa on the other side for the other 2. We do have our front camera on this guy right here, right above the big Honda symbol, sorry. This is going to be part of our 360 camera that we get. And then this front camera does have a sprayer on it as well. In order to hit this sprayer, you just hit the sprayer button that sprays your front windshield traditionally. They're linked together, so both of those are going to spray at the same time. Down below, obviously, we got that big Honda symbol, but in behind the Honda symbol is actually going to be the radar or the sonar system that's behind the Honda Safety Suite features. So the adaptive cruise control, the lane departure, the front collision braking, low speed braking, all that fancy jazz. Part of it's tucked in here, and then the other half is the camera up top, of course. Down below, we got our paint match down below here. We got a nice piano black grille. We got a little hint of not so much of a chrome, but like a silver down below to add some accents on there, which is awesome to see. But tons and tons going on the front end of this vehicle. And I like the look of it. It's squared off. It looks kind of beefy too. They kind of went away from that rounded style front end, and we're back to that square, beefy, aggressive style front end. And taking a look at underneath the hood at the power plant that gets to run and drive the Honda Pilot, we do have the reliable, tried and true 3.5-liter V6. It's going to make about 280 horsepower, and then a little bit more on the torque side, which gives us more than enough power to do whatever we want. No turbo on this guy either, so we are naturally aspirated, which is pretty sweet. Honda keeping it true without the turbo as much as they can on these bigger vehicles. And then we are paired up to the 10-speed automatic transmission. So no CVT or anything. We do have the automatic 10-speed, which does allow us to tow up to that 5,000 pounds. We don't have CVTs that are going to blow up or anything. We can tow that amount with this nice automatic. Other than that, layout wise, I'd say it's pretty good. There's not too much plastic going on. We got obviously the plastic engine cover here with our filter, and then we got a little bit of plastic going on down here, but I can actually still see the coil packs right here for this side of the cylinder heads. So it's very easy to get to nonetheless. Everything's brightly color coded for us, of course. We got our bright orange dipstick right here for me to see. Our oil fill cap is in an easy location right there. We got a bright blue cap over here for the washer fluid. Can't miss that. And then of course we got our battery down below, big red plus on there for the positive. Can't miss that. And then unfortunately, the air intake does cover the battery, but Honda has us covered. They have a big bolt right here that is labeled ground right here. So you just put your ground onto that and your positive onto there to actually jumpstart this beast if you need to. So fortunately they do cover it, but they give us something, which is nice on that side. We got a big air intake here, this side going into the engine obviously, and then this side over here is going to be a silencer to quiet down that air intake, as we are a big 3.5 liter V6. We're going to be sucking up a lot of air, so we want to quiet that down to keep that cabin interior as quiet as we can as well. So they added a nice silencer over here for us, which is nice to see. Now, the only thing I would have liked to see on this guy, given that we are the Touring, that top trim, is some actual hood struts here and not just the actual hood prop. It would have been nice to see those guys on there, considering the amount of money we're spending, all the features that we get already. Like, we're already pretty loaded. It would have been nice to see that on there. Considering Honda has it on other models, I think it would just make sense to put that on there, but apparently we don't. But at the end of the day, I don't have that decision to make, I guess. Now heading up to the windshield area here, we got not too much to talk about, but a few things. We got the camera up top here for us. That guy's going to be the other half and the eyes of the safety features, the Honda Safety Suite features. So the lane departure, adaptive cruise, all that fancy stuff. That'll be the eyes portion of it. On the Touring, we also get the rain sensing wipers there. We can see those 4 blue dots on the actual windshield just in front of the camera. And then we can see we got the acoustic glass on the front. So this guy's going to be a lot better on that wind noise that you get going down the highway or anything like that. And then we can see top down here, we actually do have the heads-up display. We'll go over that a bit more detail once we hop inside, but we do get that nice heads-up display on this guy as well, which is awesome to see. Now making our way down the passenger side of this Pilot, fully loaded, lots to talk about. We'll go down here and visit the tire and the rim section and talk about this for a little bit. Now we do get some cool stuff going on here. So we get our black lug nuts here with the Pilot on this. We got our chrome Honda badge in the middle, and then we get sort of like a shark gray but machine finish rim that has a nice simple design to it. The rims look good. They're not too sporty, but they're not too plain Jane as well. And then we do also get some nice 225, 50, 20-inch rims on these guys. And these guys are going to be some Bridgestone Alinas on this one, so more of an all-terrain tire, but also not a winter tire at the same time. But those 20-inch are going to provide that nice smooth ride. We're going to be a little more on the tire, but when you get the Touring, you get all the features, you get those bigger tires, and you get those nice bigger rims as well. Now making our way back up, we'll start at the mirror here. We have a nice color matched mirror on the top half, so we get that nice meteorite gray that this color, or this Pilot is colored, sorry, on the top half, and then we get that flat black on the bottom there. We still do get the integrated turn signal on the mirror here, so it's going to help us out with everyone wondering which way we're turning. We got that widest part of the vehicle right here. We get a turn signal right on that to let everyone know which way we are, so it's nice to see that on that side. On the Touring Pilot as well, these are power mirrors as well, so they'll fold in when we lock the vehicle. If I go ahead and just lock it like this, you can see those mirrors fold in on that side, and then if I go ahead and just unlock it, we can see the mirrors pop out for us there. And we do have a button on the inside to fold them in as well, which is nice on that side. And they also happen to be the breakaway mirrors as well. So if you do happen to hit this guy, yes, it's powered, but you're also not going to break it by pushing it in like that. So we get the advantage of the power mirrors and the breakaway mirrors at the same time, which is awesome to see. And then of course we will also have the blind spot in the mirrors on the Touring Pilot. So that one's going to flash orange on us when someone's in our blind spot next to the vehicle and whatnot. And then it'll also flash orange for us if we do hit our turn signal and someone's in our blind spot, and give us an audible alert through the speaker system. So we get both sides of that. We get our keyless entry there. You could just see me using it earlier to lock and unlock the vehicle, but stick our hand in the door to unlock, press our hand on this little ribbed portion on the top of the door handle to lock the vehicle. So it's nice on that side. And as an added bonus on the Touring, not only do we get the keyless entry on the front two doors, you also get keyless entry on the back two doors, which I know might not sound like the most coolest thing in the world, but when you are hands full of stuff and you want to use your keyless entry because it's nice and easy, but you got to load it in the back seat first, it actually is a lot more nicer to just go ahead and open this door up instead of having to, hands are full, you got to go over there to the front, unlock it, whatnot. So I like that they add this keyless entry on the back two doors as well. Adds a little bit of a first world issue, I guess, if you're going to your front door for your keyless entry, but we have them all four doors, so don't worry, rest assured, they're there for you. Down below, we get that kind of sharp gray, almost light gray on the actual plastic portion behind the bottom of the doors here. Honda does do the full plastic on the whole bottom of the door to prevent that rusting, those rock chips, any harm on that side. It's all plastic down below. And then we get the plastic up top on the wheel liners, and then these are actually carpeted on the inside to keep that road noise down as well, which is nice. Up top, we do get the piano black roof rails on the Touring trim, so we can load up like the Thule rack or a kayak or anything, but they do offer those guys from factory, so you don't have to order those after. Come straight off the truck with it, which is nice on that side. We get a big rear window back here for those third row passengers, but also for your blind spot as well. If I'm looking in right here, I have direct line of sight to that steering wheel and the driver's side, so it's a nice line of sight from the blind spot perspective on there. Now, as we make our way to the backside of the Pilot, tons to talk about back here as well. Up top, we got a nice piano black, sort of like almost like a spoiler, but not really quite a spoiler, but it acts like a spoiler and looks like a little bit of one, but it's a piano black one on there. And then we got our third brake light integrated into the top there for us. Got our back window, got that guy heated as well for the winter time. We got our chrome Honda badge here, and then we also get blacked out Pilot written across the back here with a piano black backing as well, which looks awesome. Integrated right into our tail lights here. Those would be their LED tail lights, our LED reverse light. And then we actually do get the LED turn signal on these guys. Again, not sure what Honda's doing with all that, but we do get the LEDs for the all three of them, your brake light, turn light, and reverse light. Down below, you see we got our backup camera here. If I open this guy ever so slightly, we can take a peek at it. We got our backup camera right here for us. That's going to give us awesome views on the back when we're reversing. And then bonus, we also get 3 different views. We get like a full 90-degree view, we get a 45-degree view, and we get a bird's eye view straight up and down on the backup camera itself, along with that 360 camera as well that gives us the bird's eye of 360, but you can also do it with the backup camera itself. The backup camera does have another sprayer attached to it as well. This sprayer will be linked up to the rear wiper sprayer, so anytime you clean off the back window, you'll be cleaning off the backup camera, just like the front one there. Obviously, you can see we get the power tailgate. We got our chrome Honda Touring, or not Honda Touring, sorry. We got our chrome Touring badge there for the Pilot. We got our chrome all-wheel drive badge down below. We get some nice accents on the bottom of the bumper. We got our chrome muffler on there. Muffler guard, I guess, or muffler garnish, however you want to call it. And then we do get the backup sensors here as well. We got 4 back here for us to help when we're backing up. Those sensors will go off when we get close to something. And then we do get 2 reflectors on the back bumper as well to help out during the nighttime. Someone will see that back bumper when they're coming up. Their headlights will reflect off of it for us, which is awesome to see. Power tailgate wise, obviously a button down below, right up below the L on Pilot. That guy's going to open up and down, powered for us. And then we do get a button up here to help set the height on it. So if you want it to be a little bit lower, you just pull it down. It goes into manual mode for you. You pull it down, you press and hold this button. It'll go to that height that you have desired for it. And then there's also a button on the inside here. There's a button right next to this plug-in. You won't be able to quite see it on camera quite yet, but if I press this guy, and then I walk away from it and I go behind the camera, you'll see it'll actually just close on its own there for us. So what that button's doing is essentially a walk away power lock button. So if you have some stuff in the back that you need two hands to carry out, you hit that button real quick, grab your stuff, and you walk away, and it'll close for you as you're walking away with your heavy item. Maybe you got, I don't know, 40 Costco hot dogs or a bunch of Red Bulls or something. But awesome feature on that side. I know tons and tons of times normally you have both hands full of groceries or both hands full of whatever you got back there. And so it's nice to have that. You don't have to worry about struggling, try and push the button. You can just hit that one. Now, taking a look at the inside here, we can see we got the third row seats folded up, which gives us a decent amount of room. It's not all the room in the world by all means, but I don't expect it to be all the room in the world. We're not driving, a full-size, Tahoe here or anything. We are limited a little bit, given the Pilot is the biggest of its class with space-wise and whatnot. You still don't get all the room in the world, but we got this nice carpeted side right here for us. If we lift this lever underneath, you'll see we got a whole bunch of storage down here with some sliders right here. And you can see we have a lever on this side as well. So you can actually switch this from that carpeted side to that more rough side. If you have stuff you're worried about spilling or you're worried about scratching and stuff, you can flip it over to this side. It just comes right out, super easy. And you can flip that for you on that side. Down below, like I mentioned, we have storage as well. Or you can use it as its design purpose to hold the middle seat on the second row that is removable back here. So you can do that as well. There's also a little seat belt for it that goes over the top of it. There's two hooks down there because this is made to go back here that you can use to secure it down as well, which is awesome. So it kind of offers us a double whammy on that side. You can either use it as storage or you can store the seat back here just in case you might need 8 seats down the road. Other than that, we have some storage cubby over here. If we unlock this bad boy over here quickly and pop it up, we'll see that we have the jack and everything for the spare tire and whatnot, which is underneath the vehicle. We got our funnel and everything over there for us. So if we close that guy back up, if it'll let me, there we go. We'll lock it up there. We got a 12-volt power plug-in back here, and then you can see that's that button that I use for the walk away. So you would essentially hit this button, grab what you need, and walk out, and it'll close right after there for you as well. We have our 60-40 split seats, so if we want to fold these guys down, we'll just give this a little tug. See that headrest flops forward, and then you just give it a quick push, and it goes down. Vice versa for the other seat there, so you can use maximum storage space on there. Now making our way down the driver's side, we got the same keyless entry on both the doors here. We got our same plastic skirting below, mirror, blind spot. I did forget to mention on the other side, but part of that 360 camera, the actual side cameras are just tucked in underneath the mirror here. You won't be able to quite see it on the camera, but they are tucked in just below there, one on each mirror to complete that bird's eye view in that 360 camera. These ones don't get any cleaners just because there's a little lip on it that protects it from any dirt coming forward or backwards on that side, which is awesome on that side, really. That's good planning on Honda's side, by all means. But what we will chat about is the actual portion where you fill this bad boy up with fuel on. So we do actually have a push on this side. So with the vehicle locked right now, it's not going to let me open this guy. But as soon as I unlock this vehicle, and we'll use the rear handle, keyless entry, we can now give this a push and open it up. So it's locked when the vehicle's locked and unlocked when the vehicle's unlocked. You can see we got capless fuel on this side. So you just grab the gas nozzle and put it right in. If for some reason you run out of gas, the jerry can itself will not go through the double wall in here. You do need to use the funnel that is located in the back next to the jack that we went through over there. Put that funnel in and then put the jerry can in to fill it up. Otherwise, without that, it will spill over the side, damaging your paint and whatnot. But cool little system that they have on there that lock and unlocks with the vehicle itself. Now let's talk some figures on this guy. So I got our sticker up front here finally. I don't understand why some of them have it and some of them don't, but it is what it is at the end of the day, I guess. We got a combined fuel rating of 11.2 liters per 100 kilometers. In the city, we're 12.7 liters per 100K. And then on the highway, we get down to that 9.4 liters per 100K. And that is thanks to the variable cylinder management that the V6 platform of the Hondas get, where during those more constant RPM states where it can tell we're not really jumping through gears or anything, we're at a constant RPM, it'll shut off 3 of the 6 cylinders down there for us to give us that fuel economy. So that's how we can get down to that single digit liter per 100K, which is pretty sweet out of a V6, in my opinion. Now we got total price for this vehicle with PDI and everything on that side of $65,900, which is definitely a chunk of change at the end of the day for sure. That's probably definitely as much as like a house. Like not in today's world, but definitely back in the day, 65 grand bought you a pretty good house. But for the amount of features we get and what we get, I understand where Honda's pricing is on that side. Now, before we head in too deep inside the Pilot here, we'll talk about what we get on the door panel here for us. So we get some nice soft touch material up top. We got some nice soft touch material here, and we get super soft touch material right here with the gray stitching. This is all leather, of course. We get a nice, almost like a dot pattern on here that's like a smooth piano black with a little bit of gray that comes in on that side. We got our same color door handle here, power windows, power locks, and then we get that power mirror button right here as well to fold in those mirrors if you wanted. We do have our seat memory that we chatted about earlier on the key fob. So this is actually where you set it up on this side. So depending what key you have, other than 1 or 2 like we saw on the back of the fob, when you unlock the vehicle, your seat and your side mirrors will go to your settings saved. So if you and your partner have a height discrepancy between the two of you, it works out perfectly. One can have key 1, one can have key 2, and you don't have to worry about messing up the other person's side mirrors or their seat or anything like that. It would just be the rear view mirror that you got to play around with, but we'll get there one day, of course. But to do that, guy, you're just going to hit the set button first, and then whether you want 1 or 2, and it'll set that up for you on that side. Down to the middle, we got some hard plastic here. We got some storage in here. We got a cup holder here, and then some more storage in front. And then down in the third row on the very bottom, we got our hard plastic again, more storage, and then we get our speaker down below for us as well. And then this will be the same on the passenger door as well, same exact layout, minus the power mirror button. Of course, on that side, obviously they don't have control of the mirrors. That would be crazy, but same exact layout. They get the cup holder. Oh, and the seat memory. They don't have seat memory over there as well. That would also be crazy if they can just control your seat. So no power mirrors, no seat memory, but they get the same layout. They get the same cup holder, the same storage. They get the same soft touch material and look of it, which I love. It matches everything on the interior, and it adds some depth to everything. And I love the storage aspect, of course, right? Now taking a look inside the 25 Honda Pilot Touring, we can see we get our nice leather seat here. We got some nice gray piping and gray stitching going throughout the seat here on this side, and the passenger seat, all the seats above on that side. We do get all of our power adjustments on this side. We got up, down, vertical. We got our lumbar support on this side. We've got the front of the seat comes up and down. All the power options that you want on that side for us. Your passenger seat is obviously powered as well. But stepping inside, we get to take a look at everything in here. We got a nice steering layout. We got our infotainment, climate control. We'll go through all that. We'll start it up first though. So our push button's just tucked in behind the actual wiper toggle. Give that guy a push. We'll see our full digital screen light up for us here. And then we can see we got our heads up display right there for us peeking out on the windshield. So that guy will display our speed. And then as well, if you have the map set up, it'll actually come up over the windshield, turn right in, 200 or 300 meters or whatnot. But it'll come up there for you, which is awesome to see. Full digital screen we got on there. We got some controls to control that full digital screen. So we got a scroll wheel on this side, and we got a scroll wheel on this side, and they're going to be the respective sides of the screen. So let's say we want to take a look at the features that we get on the right hand side of the digital screen. We'll go ahead and scroll the right scroll wheel so we can see we got our fuel on there. We got time, navigation, driver attention, all-wheel drive torque, seat belts, who's wearing theirs, who isn't. We got our maintenance, tire pressures, safety support system where you can turn on and off all the safety features. If you don't want any content, you can do that as well. Our brightness, you can change up the heads-up display and the settings. You can change the height of it and all that. And then the gauge display settings where you can play around with the actual gauge display. If you don't like the way it sits, you can change it. And then we're back there. And then vice versa, if you want to control the left-hand side, you just hit the left scroll wheel. You can go through the AM, FM, phone, all that good stuff. Basically, all of your outputs and everything. If you want your Bluetooth or CarPlay or whatnot, you got that for us. Steering wheel wise, we got our leather wrap steering wheel that is heated. We got our heated button down below. We got a nice kind of chrome look on the bottom that goes to this piano black look around the whole steering wheel, and it intertwines on each side of the steering wheel. On the right hand side, we got our cruise control buttons. So if we hit this button here, we can see a little mini pilot pops up in the gauge there. If I hit the brakes come on. If I hit the turn signal, vice versa. But that'll be our cruise control button. So if there's a little mini pilot in the dash and this symbol is up top, cruise control's on standby, you would just pull down that to activate it. This button down below will be the distance. So if you want to follow someone really close or you want to follow someone furthest away, you just keep pressing that button to your desired length. Lane departure button. So this guy is going to help keep us in the lane. It'll basically ping pong us back and forth in the lane. If you're not steering, it'll take over a little bit for you. You can turn that guy on and off super easy peasy though. Left hand side, we got our track select button, volume up and down. We got our speak to text button on that side. That's nice and simple. And I love the layout of the steering wheel. It's not complicated. There's not 40 buttons on here. We just have cruise control, a little bit of audio control on that side. And then we got our controls for the infotainment screen. Down below on the left hand side of the steering wheel, we'll see we got a power tailgate button. We have our button for our heated windshield, which is the element below the wipers on that to help them not to stick during those cold months. And we got traction control down there as well. We got our auto headlights down there for us, wiper toggles on there, and then they also do leave us a little thing on the wiper toggle. You can see we got window sprayer and camera, and then window sprayer and camera. So those will be for the actual 360 cameras on that side. So if we want, we got a camera button on the end of the wiper toggle. If we press that guy, you can see that camera pops up. And then if I hit the front sprayers, pull that one, you can see that front camera gets washed. And then if I hit the back sprayer, you can see that back camera gets washed as well on the screen as it's washing the back window sprayer on there for us. So nice to see on that side. But we got a nice crystal clear 360 camera on that. Right now it's on the front camera and bird's eye. If I hit this button one more time, you can see it'll shoot down the sides of the vehicle and the bird's eye. And then it'll go back to the infotainment screen. You can't keep that guy on while you're driving. It will shut off after about 15 kilometers an hour. Unfortunately, it doesn't let you drive the whole time with it. I know, very sad. But infotainment wise, we do get the larger screen on this side, but it's still nice and simple. We got our built-in navigation. We got Sirius XM, our smartphone connection for our wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, FM, Bluetooth, trip computer, settings button, USB. We got the Honda Link on there. If you want to pay extra for Wi-Fi, you can. We still get cabin talk in here as well. So the cabin talk will be if you got kiddos in the second, third row and you don't really want to, take your eyes off the road, you can go to cabin talk and you can speak to them through the speaker so they can hear you all the way in the back and you don't have to take your eyes off the road, which is an awesome feature. We want to have eyes on the road at all times, of course, right? The Touring also does get the 12 speaker Bose system. So we got 2 in the pillars there. We got our center speaker for us there in the front. And then we got all our speakers in the back with the subwoofer, of course, as well. We got our climate control buttons just below the infotainment. So we got dual zone climate up top. We got our temperature knobs here, fan speed in the middle, another temperature. And then we get our heated and air conditioned seats for the driver and the passenger. See, we got AC, the front defrost, rear defrost there, recirculation, and then we got these 3 big buttons down below here. So we got our dual zone up front, and then we have triple zone technically. So this is the climate controls for the rear passengers in the second and the third rows. So if you hit rear settings, you can see it swaps over. I can change their fan speed back there. I can change their temperature. You can lock them out so they're not playing around back there, or you can turn it on and off. We also have some storage down below here. We got a USB-A and a USB-C, and then another 12-volt plug-in here for us. We got our wireless phone charger, some textured storage right there for us. We have our gear selector here. We got the piano style with the park, reverse, neutral, and drive. Got our cup holders here And we do have some lighting in the cup holders as well. It'll be kind of like a light blue. We got our different drive mode button here, parking brake button, brake hold button, which just lets you keep the vehicle in gear, and you can take your foot off the brake and you won't go anywhere until you touch the gas. Now, you'll have to let me know if you have anyone that would want to do something like that. By all means, you can, but that's what that guy's for. Automatic start stop, so this guy will turn the vehicle on and off at the street lights, but you can turn that off so it just stays on. And then we also have the hill descent control button, which will keep us at speeds of 3 to 20 kilometers per hour if you're going down a steep hill or anything. But let's talk about this drive mode button. So if I give this guy a flick up and down, which you can see in the actual infotainment screen, it'll go up there for us. So we got sport mode, normal, economy, snow mode, trail mode, sand mode, and tow mode. So lots of different modes to choose from. Obviously, they're all going to change the way that the gearing is in the transmission, the way everything shifts, the way torque is delivered. Sand and trail mode will turn off the traction control to give you the most amount of spinning that you can. And then in trail mode, you can see the 360 camera pops up immediately all on its own as well in trail mode. You can see stability is reduced automatically. Snow mode takes away lots of the throttle response that you get, so you're not slipping in those slippery, wet conditions. Economy mode, basically that one's self-explanatory. It's going to give you the most amount of fuel economy that you can get out of the vehicle at peak times. Normal's normal, and then sport mode's going to be more aggressive. You can see the little red changes on the actual infotainment screen as well on that side to be a little more sporty for you. But other than that, we got some storage on the passenger side. So we got a nice storage on that side for us, which is awesome. And then we got nice viewing on that side as well. We got a nice big windshield on there, so it's easy to see out of. Got a nice big rear mirror that is auto tinting, and then we do get the garage controls on the bottom as well for it, which is awesome to see. We do get that giant panoramic moonroof on there for us. We do get the conversation mirror as well as the actual burrito holder on there. And then we get the controls for the sunroof and the cover. So if you don't want it open, you can cover it up as well. Getting to the second row of the Honda Pilot, we got that same design on the door. We got our same soft touch materials and everything. We get a little bit more storage. We kind of get 2 cup holders here and some storage, and then some more storage in the third row. And then we also get some shades that are built into that second row for us as well to help keep that sun down, even though we do get the factory tinted windows, but we also get the sunscreen as well, which is nice to see. Now, taking a seat in the second row, I'm immediately comfy. These seats back here are super squishy. They're super comfy. We also get the nice leather on this side. But we do get some controls back here. We get 2 vents right here for us. The second outboard seats are heated on this side. We got our temperature on, off, fan speed and whatnot. We get a 115 volt regular house plug-in back here, and then 2 USB-C plug-ins. We get some storage on the top of the chair here, some more storage down here, and then a little slit down here on both of these chairs, which is awesome. And then you can see this is where that middle seat would sit that we chatted about earlier in the back. So this is where it clicks in on this side, so it acts as that middle seat, or if we give this lever a pull, it'll come down and it acts as more cup holders and more storage in the middle here, and an armrest on the side. So you can see my arm sits perfectly here, and the cup holders here. It's a nice little, perfect little setup on that side for us. If we want it back up, we just give this lever another pull that guy back up there. These 2 outboard seats do also move, so if you want, you can pull this lever on the front and you can push this guy forward, or you can push this guy back all the way, even pretty much all the way forward. I'm touching the seat, but ever so slightly, so I'm still not cramped. My knees aren't up to here on me. They're still down on the floor. I can still put them down here, and that's all the way forward. And I have the driver's seat set up for someone basically 5'11" on the front driver's seat is where it's set up right now. So if you have anyone bigger, obviously you can move that guy a bit further back and whatnot. But if we push it all the way back, you can see I got just an unholy amount of room back here. Like, it's crazy. It's nice to see, though. Your second passenger seats are going to be comfy. Normally, I'd say someone would probably have it right about here in line with this seat here, which gives me lots of room and gives that third row lots of room as well. Got a couple lights back here as well, and we got some holy crap handles. But other than that, it's detailed back here. I got nice sight lines of everything too. I'm not too far away from anyone. And of course, we do get a couple more options with those seats. So we do have a lever right here. If we pull this lever forward, you can see that seat goes perfectly flat down. So if you had the third row down and the second row down, you'd have all that for storage space. We can move that guy back up. And then to get into the third row, there's a little button right here for us. If we just give that guy a press, you'll see that seat comes forward automatically. We have to give it a little bit more of a push, but then we can get easily into that third row for us on this side, and vice versa for that seat over there. It does the exact same thing as well. And if you want to take this third row seat out, there's that little lever we pulled earlier. We're going to pull that guy, fold this down, and then there's another lever in the front that's easy to get to. It's just right here. You're going to give that guy a pull as well, and this seat just comes right out, just like that. You pull it out of its hooks down there for us, nice and easy to get to. You put it in the back, or you leave it at home and you just have 7 seats. Now hopping into the third row, remember I have this second seat set up earlier to be in the middle, basically in line with this middle seat. And currently I have more than enough leg room. My legs aren't actually touching the seat unless I were to lean back in the chair like that, but sitting upright as one does, I do have some space right there, even headroom wise. My head's not touching the roof by any means. Obviously I'm not the tallest person in the world and whatnot, but it's a good amount of space. I'm not feeling cramped back here or anything, so I like that for us. If I need to get out, there's actually a little button right here that I push. There we go, it worked on the second try, but obviously I didn't push it hard enough the first time, but same old button, it pushes that seat forward for us so we can get out nice and easy. I do have 2 cup holders on this side for me, and I also get a vent back here as well, which is awesome. And then I get a USB-C plug-in back here as well, and a speaker right beside me there, and vice versa for my counterpart over there. They also get 2 cup holders, same thing over there. But it's very nice back here. It's not too cramped. I like the leather seats that we get back here. We still get the gray stitching. I still get some soft touch back here, a nice armrest. It's comfortable and it's leisurely for the class that we're in. That does wrap us up for today's video on the 2025 Honda Pilot Touring there. You guys let me know what your thoughts are on it. If anything I could have done better, anything like that. Maybe if you guys want what next vehicle you'd want to see, you let me know, but we'll see you in the next one.